Welcome everybody to the Miami International Boat Show 2025. Today we are at the Sea Pro booth taking a look at their 292 center console here. This boat is loaded with tons of great features at a great price. Come on aboard and let's take a look. As always with our walkthrough videos, let's hop up and start in the bow. What is going on, guys? Ryan from Livin here. I am super excited to be here at the Sea Pro booth doing a walkthrough of one of their boats for the very first time as former Sea Pro owners. This boat is near and dear to our heart. We had a 1998 23 Sea Pro that we absolutely love. So super cool to be checking out the boats that they're putting out now. Without further ado, let's jump into the bow of the boat. Up here in the front, we're going to have a huge anchor locker. You can see it's a really oversized hatch here for a 29-foot boat with a ginormous windlass up here that is on a spool with anchor line and rope. Honestly, something I've never seen. That windlass is absolutely huge and probably can get you out of any sticky situations you might get yourself in. Now up here at the bow, we are going to have some comfortable forward-facing and side-facing seating. Very comfortable. You have the backrest options so your guests can be looking forward at the waves while you're riding. This upholstery is really soft actually. When you sit down, it kind of has a nice squish to it, which is going to make for a nice, enjoyable, comfortable ride here on the bow of this 29 Sea Pro. They also threw in a couple nice features like these phone chargers up here in the bow. Look at that, phones charging. One thing you guys know, if you watch all my walkthrough videos, pet peeve is someplace to put your phone, and they did a nice job by including wireless phone chargers that I haven't seen on any other models here in the bow of the boat. Now we are going to have some storage underneath our bow seating. We can lift it on up. Looks like a pretty decent sized storage. Pretty standard on most of your center consoles nowadays to have storage under your forward seating here. Great job here by Sea Pro. We are going to have one in-deck hatch. It will flip on open. You can see it is a really deep hatch that goes back just a little bit, actually more than I expected. And just so you guys can get a reference on how deep it actually is, I mean, look at that. We are pretty much past our thigh here stepping into this. Now we're going to have our forward-facing console seat on the Sea Pro. Going to have your fold-down armrest. Going to be very comfortable. Going to be a little tight squeeze, but you can fit 2 people here. We aren't going to have any storage underneath this forward seating, and that's because you're going to gain a little bit in the cabin actually. And you're going to see a lot of features like this on this 292 Sea Pro that are going to be aiming more towards a family-friendly boat. You know, very nice forward seating option here. You're going to see a little bit more room in the cabin. Just going to make for an overall family-friendly experience. Now as we make our way back towards the cabin, you're going to notice one thing is that there is tons of walking room on this boat, and that's because this 29-foot boat has a 910 beam, which allows for a lot of room for your guests to be walking around and not tripping over each other when walking along the side of the boat. Now let's make our way into the console. Like I said, they incorporate a lot of family-friendly features in here to amplify your experience on the water. Let's go ahead and hop on in. And I am 5'10", and let's see. Pretty standard. I feel like all these cabins are made for people who are like 5'8". I could always just almost stand up straight, but so this is what I was talking about with gaining a little bit more features. Instead of having like a cooler underneath your forward console seat, they incorporated this sink instead. So maybe if somebody's using the electric head that's on this boat, they want to wash their hands. Looks like we might actually have a little storage. Yep, some plumbing in there, but we can also use it for storage. Looks like we have some breakers and fuses and stuff in here. Let's pull open these hatches, take a look at the wiring on this boat, because you guys know, always got to pull off all the panels and take a look at the wiring so you can see what kind of boat you are really buying. And not a lot of room to see what's going on here. Everything looks pretty good so far from what I can see. And I do like to see that everything is labeled. It makes it nice and easy when you have to maintenance or replace any parts. Everything is labeled. So overall, a pretty decent cabin here on this 29-foot boat. Hopping in and out of this cabin is nice and easy. Very nice step they actually incorporated on this cabin. Sometimes you'd be surprised, even on really big boats, even 33-foot boats and up, you can have a hard time walking in and out of the cabin because they make these steps that are funky and just not comfortable at all. So that one actually is really good. And let's start making our way towards the helm station, my favorite part of every boat. Over at our helm station now, we are going to have a really sleek looking helm station equipped with twin Simrad screens, 16 inches, which not a lot of boats are putting Simrads on them nowadays. It's so many Garmin's on these boats. So really awesome to see that they put Simrad and their 16-inch screens are actually standard on this boat, which is really cool to see. This boat is also loaded with tons of great features. We're gonna have the Dometic joystick on this boat. Looks like we're going to have the zip wake over the Seakeeper ride system. I mean, this is just an absolutely beautiful helm station with the black panel. Behind the Simrads, we have a gray console face over here. I mean, it's just loaded with great features, and it's really nice to see on this boat. Like I said, for a pretty decent price for a 29-foot boat. We're also gonna be equipped with a triple panel windshield up here and tons of room to put storage on top of our console, throw any jackets or bags or lures, or in our case, tackle boxes and stuff up there. Really nice. We even have this little slide open phone holder that is going to be equipped with a USB charger. Just another place to keep your phone nice and secure, along with a wireless phone charger over here. They just loaded up with tons of places to put your phones, which is half the reason why I'm looking at this boat. This boat also does come standard with a hardtop, and we do have our VHF up on the hardtop and a little extra storage. Moving on to the helm seats on our boat, looks like Sea-Pro optioned for a twin bucket seat captain style chair. It's not going to be a bench hybrid like you see on a lot of these boats at the shows, where this would be filled with a gap of a cushion. It looks like you're going to just have two captain seats, which are going to be very comfortable to be able to sit down, fold your footrest, your armrest down. Very comfortable helm experience. You can also flip up the bolster, you can lean against it and drive. This is probably how I would prefer to drive because you can see the bow a little bit better. But overall, a very comfortable and a safe feeling helm experience here on the 29 Sea-Pro. And it looks like underneath our seating, we're gonna have a little bit extra storage, which are pretty decent sized drawers. I mean, look at the size of that. Perfect for any lures or sinkers or hooks or anything. Put maybe a couple lure bags in here. Overall, a really nice added storage compartment to the leaning post. Now we are going to have some in-floor hatches on the port and starboard side of the boat. We'll open it on up for you. Perfect. It's a pretty decent sized hatch here, you can see. Doesn't go too far this way, but not too long. It's gonna be a little bit harder to fit some bigger wahoo and stuff in here, but it is gonna be perfect for those nice dolphin that we get around here, and gonna be a nice little in-floor fish hatch for you. And while we are down here, we're going to have a little bit extra storage in the leaning post on the port and starboard side. Looks like this one's going to be tackle boxes and some nice lure bags, which is really cool to see. The starboard side is going to have drawers here instead of the tackle boxes, and also have lure bags. Moving on to the tackle center on this 29 Sea-Pro, you can see we're going to have one live well. You can open up this lid, little live well, but a nice little addition to the leaning post here, along with a couple more cup holder rod holders. Looks like we're gonna have two on this side, two on this side, which is nice to see. We aren't gonna have any seating. You can see in the back, it's a bare bones leaning post. Now we are gonna have a little storage under the gunnels over here, perfect for all your boat brushes, your boat poles, gas nets, any of that kind of stuff. That's on the starboard side of the boat. If we take a look at the port side, we're going to have a little scuba door, or whatever you like to call it. Makes it nice and easy to hop onto docks and on and off of the boat. So this boat is going to be equipped with dual live wells on the port and starboard side of the boat. Here is the one on the port side. You can open this on up. Really nice live well, nice clean finish. You got the Sea-Pro logo on there. Well, great to drain any of the water, but catch any of the extra whatever gunk you don't want going into your drains. Like I said, we're gonna have this hatch on the port and starboard side. And in addition to those live wells, we're also gonna have some extra cup holders, and looks like 6 extra rod holders along the transom over here. Now, one key feature of the cockpit of this 292 Sea-Pro here is going to be our aft seating, which is going to be really nice because it folds away and tucks away so that you can have tons of room towards the back of the boat and lean up against it, and it's really comfortable. But with ease, you can pull the handle and it converts to a nice bench seat, which you're going to be able to fit probably around 3 people very comfortably back here. This is great to have folding seat. That way, if you are fishing, you can fold it away, like I said, with ease. And now you have so much extra room to fish. You don't have to worry about hooking your seat with your hooks and ruining your upholstery. You also have a little tape measure to measure those fish. Just a really nice feature to see here on this 292 Sea Pro. So we are going to have a huge access towards the stern of the boat here for our bilge. I mean, look at the size of that massive container, which is going to give you a really nice access to your batteries over here. And it gives us a good opportunity to take a look at all the wiring on this boat. Pretty average, I would say. Nothing insane, nothing bad looking, but I know a couple of you guys are going to mention the comments about the batteries being in the bilge. I mean, that was, I guess, a choice they decided to make when laying out this boat. Some people are going to have a problem with that. Some people aren't going to mind it. It's going to be your personal preference and what you believe. But it is nice to have such a big access door here. That way, when you do have to service your bilge and maintain it, it is very easy to do so. Now, this boat in particular at the boat show is going to be equipped with twin Suzuki 300s, but it's going to have a max horsepower of 700. And this boat also features 175-gallon fuel capacity. Now, I did mention at the beginning of today's video that you can get this Sea Pro 292 for a pretty reasonable price, and that holds true. So here at the boat show, Miami International Boat Show 2025, the boat show special for this price, as equipped, is $240,000. MSRP for this boat is around $292,000. So that's going to be equipped with the twin Suzuki 300s. Got 16-inch Simrads. You're gonna have a nice audio package. You're gonna have a Dometic joystick on this boat. This is pretty loaded with some great features on it. And that's gonna go ahead and wrap it up for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you hit the like button. Definitely consider subscribing down below. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this 292 Sea Pro. Would you guys consider this for yourself, your family, your friends? Let me know what you think. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go ahead and recommend this video on the left side of the screen. It's going to be another video from this year's Miami International Boat Show. If you enjoyed this one, I think you'll like that one as well. Thank you again for watching. Until our next video, remember to keep living salty.